Hey there all of you, welcome to my channel. Today's video is in continuation to the video I made yesterday on the third level. So let's get started. The third level is a story of Charlie, an American. Now, yesterday, as if you have watched my video, then I was just trying to prove to you that the third level does not exist. So, yes, that's true. Because the story, third level, by Jack Finney, when it starts, it clearly states that all the timetables, which were all related to the station Grand Central, they proved that there were only two levels at that station. The third did not exist, but the hero says, Charlie says, I saw the third. Okay, so that was only the problem of Charlie. In other words, whereas all the people were able to see only two levels on the station Grand Central, Charlie was able to see the third. Charlie belonged to modern age, so he decided to meet his psychiatrist friend. He thought that it would be good to seek some advice of the psychiatrist. And what was the study of the psychiatrist? He said that Charlie was absolutely normal. Basically, as he was a modern man, so Charlie was unhappy. He suffered from a feeling of insecurity, and in modern times we all have constant fear of war. So all these negative things were so much there in the mind of Charlie that he wanted to seek refuge. He wanted to escape from the modern world, but where? Where exactly he wanted to escape? Yes, the answer is true. He was an escapist who was escaping on the third level. That is in the past. We all know that the past times, the past societies before World War I and World War II were so peaceful. It was all, a society without any fear, without any insecurity. And Charlie, who is an escapist, he escapes in that society. Oh, with that I remember that we have one more escapist in this book Flamingo, that is Sophie. If you haven't read Going Places till now, you can, I'm just putting the link of that because I already have made a video on that a long time back. You can just carry on with that link, connect to that link which is there, and I'm putting it in the description box. Follow that. So the story proceeds further, and we come to know the psychiatrist told Charlie that he was absolutely normal, and just because he wanted to escape from modern age, so all that was happening with him. Charlie's wife Louisa was definitely worried. We learn more about Charlie, that he had a hobby, that was philately. Philately, let me explain it, that is basically stamp collection, and Charlie carried on with the stamp collection of his granddad. Now people said Charlie was unhappy, he was over-attached to the past, because even his hobby was something like that. Now Charlie said he was not unhappy. He was carrying on with the stamp collection of his granddad, and his granddad survived. He survived during the times when society was perfectly peaceful. So what was so wrong with collecting stamps? So we come to know that Charlie, as again the story proceeds further, on page number 2 we are given more information about Charlie, that he was 31-year-old, he was an American. One night he was returning back from work, he reached to the station Grand Central, he was in a hurry to catch the train and meet his wife Louisa, which shows that he was not unhappy with Louisa. He really wanted to reach his house on time, meet Louisa. At that point of time, he was able to locate the third level that night, and Charlie, before seeing the third level, before giving us the description of the third level, shares his feelings with us. He says that Station Grand Central, at times he thought that it just was growing every day, like a tree grows its branches, tree keeps on expanding, growing. Similarly, Station Grand Central was also growing every day. There were new corridors, and all these corridors would take him to the third level. That is what he shares with the readers. And he says that sometimes I think Grand Central is growing like a tree, pushing out new corridors and staircases like roots. Interesting. So this night, Charlie again saw a tunnel. It was a long tunnel, and then finally we learn that he reached to a corridor, and that corridor took him to the third level. So here is a description of the third level according to Charlie on page number 3. There were fewer ticket windows on the third level, and we are told that woodwork, old looking woodwork was there, and ticket booths, few ticket booths were there as compared to his times, modern times. And the man on the ticket booth, he was wearing green eye shades, and he was wearing black sleeve protectors. So here you have to collect these details and learn it, because this is the description of the third level. And Charlie also noticed all sort of fancy clothes, fancy mustaches, sideburns, handlebar mustaches as he calls it, and people were wearing different trend fashion of clothes, because he was in what times? He was not in modern age as he's describing the third level. He was in the year 1894. And one more thing he says, that besides the fashion trends, which were certainly different, he even saw a man pulling out a watch from his pocket, watch with golden chain, which were very much trendy in olden times. And he wanted to make sure whether he was actually in the year 1894. So he just picked up a copy of The World, one of the newspapers, and noted the date June 11, 1894. And here he was sure that he was on the third level, and in the year 1894. And he gives the description of one of the towns, Galesburg, Illinois, which is situated in America till now. And Charlie was much fascinated by the life at Galesburg, with we are told, old frame houses, huge lawns, people having wonderful time, men smoking cigars and women talking, waving palm leaf fans. So Charlie was really fascinated with Galesburg, Illinois of the year 1894. And here came an idea in his mind that let's go to the clerk who was sitting on the ticket window. For what? He wanted 2 tickets to Galesburg, one for himself, another for his wife Louisa, and he wanted to visit Galesburg in the year 1894 along with Louisa. So he went to the clerk and asked for 2 tickets, and the currency he was having, that was modern, and the clerk was definitely irritated, and he gave that strange look to Charlie. And Charlie at that moment realized his mistake, that he was just trying to give modern currency in the year 1894. So he decided, let's return back. He returns back, comes to modern times from the third level, exchanges the currency, and we are told that as he went to the bank to get old style currency bills, he took $300, and for his $300, he got less than $200, because rest of the amount was kept by the bank as premium. But Charlie was still happy because he wanted to show his wife Louisa Galesburg of the year 1894. This move of Charlie was not acceptable according to his psychiatrist. He was worried, His psychiatrist friend was worried that why Charlie was exchanging the modern currency for the old style currency. and till then he was not worried, but yes, after this move of Charlie, he was worried. Louisa, his wife, was also pretty worried, and Louisa told him that he should stop looking for the third level. Please note, Louisa told Charlie stop looking for the third level, and yes, after that Charlie never ever saw the third level. Another strange thing happened, that his psychiatrist friend Sam vanished somewhere. Charlie didn't have any idea where did he go, but yes, he vanished somewhere. And you must be having two questions in your mind, that why Charlie did not see the third level. The answer is very simple. The moment Charlie decided to include Louisa in his world of imagination, which is practically impossible, we cannot take a person in our world of fantasies or imagination. So he never saw the third level. And then, where did Sam vanish? Sam never vanished anywhere. That was again the imagination of Charlie, because I have just now told you that Sam was a psychiatrist friend. So, one night what happened, Charlie was just going through his stamp collection, and we are given some information about on page 5 Flamingo about first day covers. As I told you previously, this was the stamp collection of his granddad, and first day covers. What are first day covers? Stamp collectors all over the world, whenever a new stamp was issued, they would take a blank envelope, put it on that, the new stamp, and mail it on their address, so that the date of the day, the date on that particular day the stamp was issued, it would be shown, it would be there on the stamp. Okay, so stamp collectors all over the world, they were doing this, that they were buying the new stamp, mailing it on their, putting it on a blank envelope first and mailing it on their own address. So whichever post office that letter reached, the clerk put the stamp and the date of that particular day was there. So this was also maintained by the stamp collectors besides the stamps. So one night, Charlie was going through the stamp collection of his granddad, and strangely enough, in one of the first day covers, he saw a letter. Guess who wrote this letter? Yes, this was a letter from the side of Sam. This was mere imagination of Charlie. You can read the letter very well. It's given in the book. And what did the letter say? The letter said that Sam was able to locate the third level. And why did he locate the third level? Because Charlie had spent his childhood in Galesburg, and he had told stories of that beautiful town to Sam. Sam was a city boy. He was much impressed by those stories of Galesburg, and he wanted to visit that place. So Sam was able to locate the third level. That is what he writes in the letter. And Sam was there in Galesburg town in the year 1894, and that's it. And finally, Charlie says that that's true, that Sam was able to locate the third level because he had exchanged coins also from the coin store. And Sam, according to Charlie, would not be doing his previous business at the third level. That was the business of being a psychiatrist, because according to Charlie, Sam was not a very good psychiatrist since he was unable to make a correct psychoanalysis of him. So, Sam would be doing the business of grains and hay at third level. I'm sure all the doubts relating to the third level are over. So, see you in my next video. Bye-bye.